Hey, I'm so happy to be with you guys reading through the Bible in a year, and I'm thrilled to participate. I've got the beautiful privilege of starting the Old Testament reflections with 1 Samuel 1 to chapter 2, 26. And I don't know who to thank for this, but this is 1 Samuel is probably one of the best books, or one of my favorite books in the Bible. And this reading reflection, I think, I'd like to just pause and reflect about how our relationship, our story with God, is a personal story, and it's also a corporate story. And so we pick up for Samuel. It talks about Hannah and her desire to have a child, and she can't have a child, and it doesn't seem like there's any kind of physical or human way for her to have a child, but she goes to God with her request. And it's this beautiful thing where the Lord hears her prayer. I mean, the priest, she's so distraught, the priest thinks she's drunk. It's kind of all the makings of a good dramatic story. But basically, the end is that the Lord hears her cry and gives her a child. And she dedicates this child to the Lord. And this is a fascinating thing. If all you've desired is a child, she ends up having more children after that. Maybe there's something about what you do with what God gives you first, the first fruits. And if you're really willing to surrender everything that God's given you, if you're really willing to surrender it back to Him, there's this incredible thing going on here, and we'll talk a little bit more about this probably in the next couple days. But Israel's at a really bad spot in its life too, and Hannah's at a really bad spot in her life. And both the people of God and Hannah need to come into this reliance on God, this decision to go to God with our problems. And that is sometimes so hard to do because we think we can fix it, or if we're good enough, or if we pay enough stuff, or if we do enough things, or if we can just get it together already. But ultimately, our first act is to surrender our lives to God and say, look, this is stuff I can't do. I don't know what it is for you, what you're asking God for. Maybe courage, maybe patience, maybe freedom, maybe deliverance. Maybe, I don't know, it could be a bunch of things, but what I do know is that Hannah's story and Samuel's story and Israel's story and your story are all connected. And one of the things I was reminded of as I read this passage today that I'm reminding you of is that we can trust God and we can go to Him with what concerns us today. Hope it helps.